1 century and 118 years later, in the land of Midian, a man named Moses was living in the Midianite land in exile after 20 years of his escape out of Egypt. Moses builds his own tent with the people of Midian, led by Jethro, the Midianite priest, married Jethro's daughter, Zipporah, as his wife, starts his family on his own by having their own children, including their daughter Abiah, and their sons Gershom and Eleazar. But all of a sudden, he learns that the bush a few distances away from the tent was on fire by the power of God. So Moses turned his head and hears God's voice calling out his name. Moses. Moses. So Moses steps out of the tent and walked forward toward the burning bush and spoke to God patiently.
Here I am, here I am.
God spoke to Moses about his sandal he is wearing and said,
"Take off your sandals from your feet, and the place where you stand is holy ground."
Moses listens patiently what God tells him what to do with his sandals and asked,
Who are you?
God answered Moses who he was and said,
"I am that I am."
Moses gets confused with God as he says,
I don't understand. Who are you?
He asked again who God truly is, but God in the burning bush answered him deeply.
"I am the God of your ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob."
Then Moses took off his sandals from his feet and places his bare foot on the ground while throwing down his sandals, which called as the holy ground. Shortly after, Moses asked God what he wants to do for his plan of God.
What do you want with me?
God patiently answered Moses and said,
"I have seen the oppression of my people in Egypt, and have heard their cry. So I came down to deliver them out of slavery in Egypt, and bring them to a good land, a land flowing with milk and honey. And so unto Pharaoh I shall send you."
Who am I to lead these people?
Moses asked, surprisingly, in shock. God answered Moses what to do with the Pharaoh of Egypt.
"I shall teach you what to say.